Age of Dragons had the potential to be an interesting film. After all, it is a reimagining of one of the greatest stories in literary history. A film that replaces a legendary white whale for a ferocious, fire-breathing white dragon. Instead, the film languishes under an entire ocean of problems. For starters, the film seems unable to grasp the differences between a harpoon and a throwing spear. It also insults the audience's intelligence by treating an addle as a recent or unknown invention, despite the fact this tool has been around for more than 10,000 years and has appeared in some form or another in almost every culture on Earth. Though I suppose one could argue that this weapon largely fell out of favor after the introduction of better weapons like the bow and arrow, though it just raises the question of why people are using throwing spears in this movie instead of bows and arrows or primitive muskets. Outside of the odd choice in archaic weaponry, the movie also suffers from the inclusion of rather pointless scenes. The biggest offender by far has to be this one.
If this comes in contact with air, it will explode.
Seriously, this movie never refers back to the scene with one of the crew using one of the bottles as a hand grenade or anything. It simply exists in order to shoehorn an explosion into the movie. Another factor that drags the movie down is the acting. The cast either overacts and thus chews the scene, or delivers their lines in such a wooden fashion that you have to wonder if they are even alive. Though I suppose it doesn't help that the movie sometimes lifts entire lines from the book. A good example of all of these issues has to be this scene.
Well, are you with me or against me?
You need fierce Starbucks, sir. But let Ahab beware of Ahab.
Though the final nails in this movie's coffin has to be the lack of good action scenes, as well as the ending. Though to save myself from giving away any major spoilers, I won't get into it, but suffice to say it's horrible and undermines almost everything that came before in the movie. All in all, this movie is a mess, but I still can't bring myself to completely hate it. After all, I went into this movie thinking it was going to be a complete waste of my time and was thus prepared for it to suck. With that being said, it's just staying away from this film unless you're in the mood for a movie that can be painfully bad to sit through for most.